Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured.
Sometimes that is better.
Afraid of the dark?
No, afraid of what's in the dark.
No, he got me, Charlie. He bit me.
Deputies report that in some instances, only parts of a corpse had been removed.
Mosquitoes?
Well, bites.
This is the HorrorDrunks podcast, episode 11. This is the Trainwreck episode, and it's a nighttime episode. And I'm actually drinking.
I'm drinking.
We're all drinking.
This is a long time
I
coming.
smoked some pots. I made Ken and Scott smoke some pots too. We watched a movie on Ken's goddamn projection screen, and I got ate alive on the Cheetos.
It wasn't that bad.
It was. I'm covered in the Cheeto bites.
He's being a wuss.
I have the Zika virus now. Fucking sons of bitches.
You got Zingaya?
No, I don't
Zingaya.
have the bite. And it's Singaya.
Is it Senga? I'd have
Bunch
to
of fucking amateurs.
Whatever, dude. I've seen that movie like 40 times. So what have you been watching?
Oh man, I watched a bunch of stuff in the last week actually. First I watched that Zombie Nightmare movie that Scott loved.
Oh, you did watch that?
With fucking John Michael Thor.
Did you like it better than Rock and Roll?
No.
You didn't? I liked it better than that.
It was actually...
Well, I just don't like their band in Rock and Roll Nightmare.
It's probably the worst of the rock and roll, like the heavy metal horror movies that I've seen from the 80s, honestly.
Same director of Black Roses, right?
Yeah, the funny thing was the John Michael Thor wearing the Inside Out Harpo's concert lounge.
Yeah, you
t-shirt.
posted that on Facebook.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Then I watched Darkman 2. I hadn't seen that in a
Never
long time.
seen it.
Forgot about the fact that that Arnold Vosloo guy or whatever from those fucking god-awful Brendan Fraser mummy movies played Peyton Westlake, Darkman in those movies, in the sequels. I tried to watch this terrible new movie called The Drownsman, or newer movie. That was just awful. I couldn't even finish it. I turned it off.
Like a golf course guy?
No, it was about like a guy that gets you in the water.
Oh, that's a groundskeeper. That was another horror movie from... Never mind.
I've been watching the 60s Batman TV series.
That doesn't count for horror.
Vincent
We don't care about that. Yeah, so what?
Vincent Price is in that? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know. Shut up. I watched Wild at Heart. That's kind of, horrifically violent. It's one of my favorite David Lynch movies. Fuck you. And as we all know, Gene Wilder died. He was old. He was like 83. He had dementia. He had lymphoma.
Alzheimer's, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's dementia.
Did you say Alzheimer's?
And it's Alzheimer's.
It's Alzheimer's. I don't know. I don't know how I said it.
I don't know how to say words. So yeah, I watched Young Frankenstein and Haunted Honeymoon.
Oh, I love Haunted Honeymoon.
And Funny and Love. But, I guess that's not horror, so, but whatever.
Yeah, I watched Young Frankenstein and See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Fantastic. It's my second favorite one of his collaborations with Richard Pryor after
Stir Crazy.
Yeah.
It's my first favorite. I love Stir Crazy as well, but See No Evil, Hear No Evil is the first one I watched, so I kind of fell in love.
What you been watching, Scott?
Oh, Gene Wilder's dead. Wrap that one up.
Yeah, rest in peace, Gene Wilder. But I actually went to the theater twice this week, which is extremely rare for me. I ended up seeing Don't Breathe, which, that if you haven't heard, that's been like one of the more popular horror films.
Did they breathe, though?
A couple people did. The main chick.
She fucked it up and breathed, didn't she?
Yeah, no. She died because she breathed. No.
I don't know. You said it was good, but my friend Kristen said it was shit. So I don't know who to believe.
Yeah, I really liked it just because it was like I went into it not
if
not
Kristen's hot, I'm gonna take her side.
Well, fine, fuck you, Ken.
Pretty hot.
But no, I went into it
Nice.
not knowing much besides the premise. But everyone kept saying the scariest horror movie this summer. I will say right now, it's barely horror. It's a home invasion gone wrong, and it's not scary, but it does have a lot of tension. It's well shot. Acting is really good, and and it was filmed in Detroit, and had a lot of I like the fact that they're doing a lot more films in Detroit, especially with like scenarios like that. It fit perfectly because the person they go to.
Because you don't want to breathe in Detroit. It smells like piss.
Exactly.
So yeah.
But like they try to go into the house and they realize that this guy's blind, and well, he's not as defenseless as they think.
I just saw a movie not too long ago that had sort of a kind of a similar premise. Well, I don't know. Sort of.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, that Lone Wolf.
No, that's not the one. I was
Late
thinking.
Phases, Night of the Lone Wolf.
No,
Late
but yeah, I
Phases
did. I just watched
with
that
the
like a
blind
month
guy.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah. That was alright.
I like the werewolves in that movie. Some of them, I guess.
I'm glad that people are still filming in Detroit, even though Dick Snyder fucked up that tax credit for filmmakers.
I don't know anything about
Yeah,
that.
I was like, there were a lot of places.
Jennifer Granholm signed some bill that was an incentive for filmmaking in Detroit that was like a big tax credit to filmmaking, and they were going to do the Avengers movie in Detroit, but then he fucking repealed it, and everybody pulled out, and so, dumb.
Yeah. But yeah, that...
HorrorDrunks getting political.
When it comes to movies being made in our hometown, why the fuck not?
But you saw 31.
Yeah, I was saying, then this last Thursday got to see the one-time showing of 31 in
So
theaters.
it's not coming to theaters in Halloween?
No, what they were saying is there is going to be a VOD release on the 16th of September.
Oh,
and
that's
it's gonna
even
be
better.
and it's going to be unrated.
Nice.
Grail disease?
Yes.
Alright.
But yeah, I'd say this definitely is another Rob Zombie. You could definitely tell it's a Rob Zombie flick. I mean,
I'm sorry to cut you off. Where does it stand in his movies?
I would say it's probably, for me, House 1,000 Corpses, Lords of Salem, and Devil's Rejects I really love from him. And Devil's Rejects I would say is my favorite. So I would probably say it's between House 1,000 Corpses and Lord of Salem.
So number 2 for you, huh?
Yeah, number 3.
Number 3, okay. And Randy's shown disdain for Rob Zombie on this podcast before. So you're not looking forward to seeing it?
I like all of his original work.
Oh, the Halloweens were shit.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah.
But even like that Haunted World of El Super Beasto movie is pretty fucking entertaining. The cartoon one.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
But I'm looking forward to seeing it. I just didn't want to see an R-rated truncated theatrical version.
Yeah, because he had to cut it 3 times before the MPAA gave it an R rating.
This is the era of unrated director's cuts, and
Yeah.
why go to theaters and see?
And Rob Zombie himself even said online that he prefers everybody to see it when it goes to the VOD release because that's his true vision. Like, this one was kind of forced upon him to go into theaters. He didn't want to do it in theaters, and having the hassle of being cut down 3 different times, like, it was, really good.
Shitty that the MPAA still does that and like throws their weight around and neuters fucking films. I mean, it's like it's 1970 whatever, and Jack Valenti is still fucking alive or something.
Right. But yeah, I'll say, like, compared to his other movies, there was barely any gore. Like, there was some cool scenes where it looked like it was pretty bloody, but the only complaints I have are the dialogue between some of his characters has the typical Rob Zombie dialogue
His
where
dialogue is always pretty terrible.
yeah, it's like where fuck is used probably 3 times in one
excluding
sentence.
Bill Moseley.
The dialogue in
Bill
Devil's
Moseley.
Rejects is decent, but like the dialogue, especially in those Halloween movies, is terrible.
Oh, I'm not even talking about those.
But yeah, fuck is used like 3 times in almost every sentence. It's just in it so much, and then there are some shaky camera moments during like the action sequences, which I kind of wish they would have kept the camera still on that, because that would have been a lot better, and you would have seen what's going on more. But all in all, I think it's pretty good. I'll say definitely has the feel of Devil's Rejects to it, like the same type of film quality. And
But they're clowns, though, right? There's like clowns.
well, it starts off as kind of a road movie, but then goes right into like a warehouse type deal.
But there's like killer clowns and shit.
Yeah, what it is
Outer
a
space.
group of circus performers are just on a road trip. I think they're like a traveling circus, and they basically get kidnapped by these people that are dressed up like clowns, and then drugged back to this giant warehouse where they are forced to play a game called 31, where they have 12 hours to survive in this giant warehouse maze, and basically they have to try surviving while these crazy-ass clown people come after them.
If he was gonna do another movie, I wish Zombie would like adapt one of the comic book series that he did. Like he did a 4-issue miniseries with Steve Niles on Bigfoot that was awesome, and he did this little 4-issue miniseries called The Nail about like a traveling professional wrestler named The Nail and his family who get hijacked by a bunch of crazy cannibal bumpkins in the backwoods or whatever, you know.
Yeah, so it's pretty good though. Pretty good acting, especially from the main clown. That guy, he fucking nails it throughout the whole movie. But yeah, before I don't want to get too into it or anything, but yeah, I got to see a Q&A with him at the end of it. Like, unfortunately, it wasn't a live Q&A, but just a kind of recorded Q&A after the movie was over with, and getting to hear some insight behind some of his movies and this movie itself. He kind of even says, he's like, it's very similar to The Running Man. But he's like, it was something I kind of threw together.
Yeah, from your description, I can kind of see that.
Speaking of clowns, has anybody watched Clown yet?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Was it any good?
I've seen it probably almost close to 2 years now, and it just released again.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I actually liked it. It was presented by Eli Roth, I think. That's what it was. He just attaches his name to it again. But yeah, it's actually it's a really good spin on it's the suit that like fucking possesses him.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that.
Yeah, it's good. I have it if you guys want.
And I heard like he bleeds rainbow colors and shit.
No,
It was something like that where it says that like the blood almost looked like cotton candy, like when he blows his brains out at some point.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a spoiler.
Well, not really, because I mean
he blows his brains out.
Oh, so that's how it ends. All right. So, what have you been watching?
I watched. I just relived the end of Clown, but I watched The Voices.
That Ryan Reynolds movie.
Did you watch it?
No,
I like it.
But
I liked it.
It was good.
I liked it. I didn't like. It was something that was just. It was on Shudder or something. I don't remember.
It's kind of like a sad movie almost. Just kind of like
it just turned really, really dark. Really, really like out. It was a 180, 90-degree angle. 180.
Yeah, because 180 is half a circle.
I know that it's not a 360, which is what I can do on the basketball court when I dunk, but. Because I got ups. But no, I did.
Motherfucker, you can't dunk a cookie.
I was actually shocked. I heard it was dark, so I watched it or whatever, and yeah, it turned into something completely non-Ryan Reynolds, I guess. And then I watched. I have The Conjuring 2, and I hate that shit. But I'm not gonna like say it was good or anything. But there was some really good cinematography. There's this one shot.
Derek just gave that a decent review too. So
and he hates that. He hates that type of movie too.
I hate fucking. What was the? It's the same cast, the same guys from.
It's the Saw guy, right?
Yeah, James Wan is the one that directed it. Yeah.
But the guy who stars in Conjuring, he also was in the other one with the fucking. Now they have 3 sequels. Insidious. Yeah, it's the same guy from that. Like, it's jump scares and it's. When the jump scare happens, this is really loud noises and shit. So you're supposed to, So I don't fall for that shit. But the camera work in that, there's one of the most beautiful camera shots I've ever seen, like in that movie. It's about 20 minutes in, and I watched. They Look Like People. I finished it and it sucks, and that's all I've watched, besides these 3 movies here. Hi, Lance. Lance Monahan's here also.
What up?
And I also forgot to mention I ended up watching Cat in the Brain too.
Oh, I see. I've never got to fucking see that.
That's a great one.
That is a fucking bonkers ass movie.
And Demonia, I haven't seen that either. I just never had the opportunity to see those, and I'm a big Fulci fan.
Yeah, I got that Blu-ray Grindhouse
Demonia's
releasing
awesome.
of it, and I had to finally sit down and watch it, and yeah, that was a bonkers ass movie, but it was fun. I liked it a lot. It'll probably be something we'll have to review down the road.
That's really weird. It's, I don't know, pretty personal and introspective.
Plug time!
Plug time. Alright. Well, you can follow us at the HorrorDrunks podcast on Facebook.